Hello, and welcome back to Pugmire, Pioneer Puppers, episode 26.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Man, 26. Good lord.
Right?
How have we made it alive this far?
I don't know.
Luck. A lot of luck.
Flashes
Pretty
back to Alexandria jumping on top of the thing that could kill her in one fucking hit.
Yeah. So, there is a small little time jump happening because of the whole dealing with the horses and getting back. So, it has been a month since you have left Houndton.
Oh,
No.
a whole month?
Yes, it took you a month, basically, round trip. I mean, a month since you left Pugmire, sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I was like, oh god. I was like, wait, how do we get back? We didn't
Yeah.
even go to the places
Sorry.
we were to look at.
Sorry. Yes, it has been about a month since you have left Pugmire because of the full trip length and all the stops and everything. So, it took a few weeks while in Houndton to deal with all of the dealings. So, we are basically skipping a whole 2 weeks while you have been waiting around in Houndton.
Okay. But we're still in Houndton.
You are still in Houndton. Sorry,
Okay. I was like,
Yes, that's a
where
slip
did
of the
we
tongue
go?
from the DM.
I was like, did we skip the entire rest of that time?
It happens. It's fine.
Yep, but yeah,
Magic.
so you have been gone for an entire month. It has been technically 28 days.
Isn't that fun? I hope our house is still standing.
I don't know if Brianna would have stayed in Halton for like that entire time.
You are more than welcome to go back and forth. You actually can fast track it because of your horse.
Yeah, the Phantom Steed. Because I feel like Brianna had like maybe like a little bit less reasons of being there, and anything, you know, like Alexandria and Co can obviously handle or tell Brianna if they. So I think she probably would have spent a lot of time going back and forth. Like she probably would have had like maybe leave the carriage there for like a little bit for if when things are getting moved back and stuff. But she and Rosemary or Chef, one of the two, would have probably Phantom Steed back and forth.
Yeah, considering the distance between Pugmire and Houndton, with your Phantom Steed's speed, you could probably make it there in about 14 hours.
I think it's faster though, because I think we looked it up.
Yeah,
And Phantom
Yep.
Steed goes really fast.
yes, but I'm also looking at the conditions of the road as well, weather and things like that. So you could make it there in 6 hours, but you're not exactly going to want to run over some of the rutting in the road and down trees, things like that. This is, in a good stretch, yeah, you can make it there in 6 hours. In a just taking it easy and not trying to push it, I would say about 14 hours.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I guess go in between and probably try to hit at least like 10 hours.
Yeah, that is absolutely doable. So those are kind of the extremes of the distance it takes. The only reason it took so long is because of traveling with a caravan and hauling living creatures.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what I feel like I do is I'm gonna roll a D100 to see if I'm even in Houndtown at this moment. Okay. I'm saying below 50, I'm not there. Above 50, I'm in town. I'm not there.
Okay, cool.
Godspeed, y'all. You got this.
Thanks. All right.
But you can at least know that the house is under someone's care.
Yup.
The house hasn't burned down.
The house isn't burned
The,
down,
the house
honestly.
is fine.
I feel like it would make sense for you to be there because if this has been the time stamp, right? Like I imagine I've been getting like a lot of messages, and I probably need some time to be back to just like handle everything that's now like starting to flow in between whatever Yosha's doing and the sloths and like my own personal things. I'll message you quietly about Talon.
Yep. Definitely. There is a lot going on. Some happening behind the scenes, some happening out in the open, but kind of hiding in plain sight. So, you three, Echo, Rosabella, and Alexandria, basically have a little bit of downtime before you leave Houndton.
Hell yeah. Have we not checked out the places that we need to hear?
You have
here?
so the one that is marked next to Houndton.
Is the one that we encountered on the road, right?
No,
Like the...
it's in town. It is actually part of the town.
Oh. Well, I mean, Echo had saw a lot of the Black
Echo
Mall
found
and
it the last time he was here. Yes.
So I guess that would be after everything's gone happened, we rented that room.
Yes.
So I think it's one of those final nights. Alexandria would just gather everyone in the room, settle herself down. As I imagine, there's a desk. Pull out the chair, turn it so she can settle and face everyone, and just. So what exactly is our plan? We have matters that we have handled, but we still haven't addressed the real reason we've come here. There's the encampment that we do need to check out.
I do agree.
So, how exactly do we want to go about it? I can attempt to sneak in. We do have that one disguising item. You could disguise yourself, Rosabella, and Echo. We could attempt to find some way to cover you. Or we could go in the more idiotic way and go in guns blazing. Which I would not recommend in the midst of a city where we are still trying to keep our cover relatively low.
Pause, hold on a second. Haley, I could not hear you.
Turn the music down.
Please.
Yeah, I just turned the music down, so. I'm so sorry, but.
This is the thing where I say I don't ever know what I'm saying and I just improv and I don't know what.
So basically,
I
what
feel
she says
so
is,
bad.
we can sneak in, or we can kick the door down.
But
And
she
she
wouldn't
mentioned-
recommend.
You have the mirror to disguise. I think you still have the thing to be invisible.
Yep.
So
She
that's
has
at
the
least
cloak,
2 out of
but
3 taken care of.
Yeah, which is where she was like, Echo, we can attempt to cover you the best we can.
Yeah.
We have the walkie-talkies.
Echo, you attempt to kind of be sneaky, but with your 8, you just kind of trip over yourself. You are still in the hotel room, so...
I think Alexander just kind of raises a brow and just... Exactly.
So I think as Brianna's out of town, we could roll another D100 to see if she and Alexander maybe had a discussion about leaving the other disguising cloak behind, or if they, fucking forgot like idiots.
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I think that Alexandria just waits for Echo to pull himself up off the floor. And just, or As I was saying, we have the walkie-talkies. We could keep you at a distance. If it goes horrifically wrong, you blow the door down, do a bit of your magic. What do you say?
I think it's not a bad idea.
So, Echo, during your investigation of the city, you would be aware that it is a small section of a neighborhood that has been taken over by the Black Paw. There is also a merchant district quite close to the neighborhood. They do sell some masterworks, but not as many because they're kind of rare. There are also a few mundane items that could be useful.
The thing I'm thinking is, if they were worried about sneaking, but they didn't exactly attack Echo whenever he was by, just walking around, did you happen to go to, like, you were close enough to see stands and such, so nobody came at you?
That might be because they weren't exactly expecting us to waltz up near their location. Or we could have gotten lucky. I wouldn't recommend us just trampling in and hoping that nothing happens.
Obviously not trampling him. Yes, I agree that would not be a good idea, but not be more casual, per se. If we don't look like we're trying to not be there, then
We'll blend in
maybe
more.
we won't look like we're not supposed to be there.
It's a good enough plan. But depends how we want to go about it and how we want to split our group. If we remain together, we'll be an easier target. If we're split up by at least a distance, it's going to be harder to pick one of us out of the crowd than all of us. I also can make myself invisible. I can have the walkie-talkie going. Both you not turning yours on if something were to happen, and my cover was to be blown from underneath the cloak, which has not happened yet, thank man. You would know. Because let's be honest here, out of the three of us, I know how to sneak, and I know how to get into places without being noticed. The downside to such an endeavor would simply be the fact that were I to be attacked, it would be incredibly easy for me to be overwhelmed. But it may be worth taking the chance to actually get a better look around without tipping off the entire Black Ball that we are in town, and then them possibly tipping off the crown if they don't just kill us outright, which most likely they will. What do you think? Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Jess? Kiddo?
Yes.
You lost her.
Oh
You
no.
lost her.
Uh-oh.
Jess?
I was so distraught. Wait, hold on, pause. Really important. Jess, where's my deviled eggs?
Oh.
Wait, I think I'm 2 weeks behind.
I feel like I missed so much just now because everything cut out so bad and then just shut off. and now
Oh, no.
This
I'm
might be the time the
confused.
tech issues beats us. This
Yeah.
might be the time. Essentially,
What did I miss?
a lot.
My deviled eggs.
Okay, deviled eggs, I can handle that.
2 weeks worth.
Okay.
A lot was missed.
Gosh, dang it.
Basically, planning on infiltration.
Yeah.
I really hate that these. Because
I'm about
like
to just
I couldn't tell if it was me, because literally, like I could hear no one.
Oh,
Like-
no.
No one.
It probably was just you then.
I mean, unfortunately, I can't exactly go play back the video while it's recording.
No,
No.
you can't. Essentially, the whole thing is either A, we go together like idiots, make ourselves an easier target because there's going to be 3 of us trying to hide in a crowd. We split ourselves up a little bit. A single person can blend in a lot easier. Or Alexandria offered the suggestion of she sneaks ahead, keeps the walkie-talkie going. If something happens, you'll know.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what she's made for. That's what she is trained for, is sneaky sneak.
Yes. Okay, that's what I was hoping we would end up like, okay, cool. Okay. God.
Okay,
It
cool.
doesn't
So
help that I have new headphones in too, like new. I put air quotes around new, but like I thought it was either them. I thought it was my connection. It's probably my connection right now. So I apologize. I will put something in chat if I cannot hear or anything like that.
Yeah, you're good. Yep. I'll strangle you later. It'll be on site. Don't fucking worry about it.
Why? It's not my fault.
I'm gonna blame you. But anyway, that's what we're going with. So Alexandria will kind of stand up, brush off her gambeson, grab out her cloak, and just let's get going then.
Rosabella is gonna follow suit, make sure everything is on her that she needs, like checking herself, all that.
Yep.
So, once she's done with that, she's ready.
All right. But yeah, we're gonna head down into that part of town. When they're a ways out, Alexandria will hold up a paw. Just give me 5 minutes and come in behind. Pace yourself however you wish, but make sure the 2 of you are far enough apart that you blend in a bit more. Rosabella, it would be helpful if you at least change your looks a bit. You are incredibly recognizable, all things considered.
All right, Rosabella is going to attempt to use the mirror again, because I don't know if it like did it like mesh with her that last time she used it.
Yeah, it doesn't require attunement. It's just anyone that uses it.
Okay, so she's gonna try using it again. It will just do you get to choose what it turns her into?
Yeah, you choose what it makes you look like.
Oh.
So yeah, it is fully dependent on the user. You can control it. Actually, make this a little simpler. Give me, actually, for just Rosabella, go ahead and give me a charisma save.
Oh God.
I know it's a bit much, but there is a reason for it. Okay.
Oh, on God.
That's fine.
Your tone does not say it's fine.
It definitely does not say it's fine.
Yeah. So, Rosa, let me. I'm going to have to.
Would it be better if I use a card?
You can definitely use a card, but there's still going to be an effect.
Oh.
It's fine. Sometimes the dice tell their own story.
You know what? We'll just go with it. Why not?
Are you
We'll
still
keep
on
things
mobile?
interesting.
Would it be better if I PM'd you, or can I whisper to you on Roll20?
I am on the computer.
Okay.
So, I'm using both mobile and the computer currently. The computer has roll 20 up, so I don't know what whisper how that
You'll
will work
see.
on here. So that sounds so ominous. I'm so scared.
Which is fair. Understandable. Have a nice day.
I'm just waiting. Uh-huh.
So yes,
Uh-huh.
you can use a card and make another roll, if you so wish.
Do you want to make another roll?
Do it.
My darling.
So using the cards isn't like, oh yeah, I messed up, let me do that over again. It's more like the effect happens, but then you get a chance to try and write it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see where this leads.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious.
Okay. You can absolutely respond to it.
How do I do that?
You can just talk. You can either think heavily, or you can talk to it.
Like the mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll probably think more about it because she wouldn't think to speak. Also, she doesn't want to seem like crazy, you know, looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. What does this mean, Talon?
This is something you might have to figure out. You can, if you say something to the rest of the party, they can do an Arcana check for it.
Okay, can I just read it out what it says?
Yeah, I didn't say you
Okay.
had to keep it secret. It's just the
Okay.
initial. Yeah.
Listen, when you say whisper, I think that I have to keep it secret.
Oh no, this is just you're hearing it. You're the only one hearing it.
Okay, so it tells me to let the beholder show my true beauty, but
Rosabella, that sounds like the worst idea you've ever had in your life. What in man's name are you talking about?
hold on, you're cutting out what?
Am I cutting out for anyone else?
No.
I don't know what it is, because it's like, you get close to the mic and you can hear.
What the heck?
Ooh.
Audio test.
Ah.
Ow. I don't understand, because I can hear everybody else. And I have you turned all the way up, so I don't know why it's just you, Haley.
The technical difficulties might take us out tonight.
It
You
happens.
cannot murder me. Like, I don't know why it's just your audio that cuts out so bad for me.
I don't know. It's got
And
one
this-
more time of cutting out before I give up. Essentially, that is the worst idea that you've ever had. What in man's name are you talking about? Essentially, is what I said.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. It's let the beholder show you true beauty. But I would be. So does that mean what I find beautiful?
Or it's whatever possesses that mirror, trying to control your mind and is an absolute trick.
Okay. With the 14, well, you do know it's a magic item. It is. You're not sure 100%. If it's, it could be possessed. It could have a mind of its own. It could be sentient. You're not sure with a 14. You do know it has a few enchantments on it, though.
Would Alexandria be able to try it? She's like leaning
Yeah,
over Rosabella's shoulder.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
That's a nat one.
Oh, it's a mirror. It's a mirror.
Bless you.
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
Wait, can I roll? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that
You
would
you
work,
can
but-
absolutely try and roll.
Okay. Well, let's try this. Hold on.
You're not even there.
I just
Hush it.
needed to know, you know.
Right.
We have walkie-talkies.
You're not on the walkie-talkie right
You
now.
have to be able to physically examine the item to be able to.
I know. I just.
Whoa!
Oh, look! My luck paid off.
Oh, yeah, Rosabella. So you have the hint because you've heard it. So as you look at the mirror and you have the idea to hold it up to the light, and there is a
Okay.
face hovering behind the glass of the mirror. It's not your face. It looks not like a dog's face, but not like a cat's, or it's no face you've ever seen before. If you had to squint your eyes and tilt your head, you would say it might be a pug's face, but it doesn't really look like a dog's face. Essentially it's a human face.
Oh God.
Oh,
We've never seen man before.
oh that
just-
feels like a.
A few depictions.
That feels dangerous.
Would we recognize that? Like from the depictions we've seen?
Somewhat. It's only visible if you look at the mirror through a certain direction. And which, just for the benefit of everyone, but Rosabella, you hear in the back of your head, "Mirror, mirror in my paw."
Oh, does she have to say it? Oh, does she have to say it?
She doesn't have to.
You don't
She could
have
just
to.
She could just put the mirror down, the scary, spooky mirror.
She's just kind of shift it down and look at Alexandria and be like, I don't think this is a good idea.
That is an awful idea. There's no way that is actually any sort of man. Put it back in your bag, please, and do not touch it.
Rosabella's just gonna shift the mirror back into her bag, but she is
Yeah, Echo.
she is very curious about it.
So this is a bewildering spirit. You would know from decent amount of studies that this is a type of unknown that is considered a neutral magical item. It is sentient, but it's not good or bad. It's bewildering because most people don't know what they want.
Rosabella's gonna have to do more research into this mirror. Because I don't want her turning herself into a human. If by any chance,
Oh, no.
any chance there is a ability of that.
No, it wouldn't turn
No.
you into a human.
Okay.
Essentially,
God.
this is kind of like the Snow White magic mirror.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for it
However-
has the ability to do your makeup and give you a minor illusion.
Yeah, yeah. I figured that, but she just until she can practice with it, I think we're gonna hold off on that. She would
Yeah.
rather just be in herself at the current moment. Like,
Yeah.
look herself, be herself, love herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But I think Alexandria just shakes her head a little bit, kind of begins to pull her cloak on and just, again, don't touch it. Just spread yourselves out, preferably 40 or more paces between the two of you before the other begins to follow. And she will just disappear because she's just going to put her little cloak on. And she's just going to start trotting. Weaving in and out of people, trying to keep her footsteps quiet and get up to the building.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Sneak?
Yep.
Be a stealthy stealth.
Yeah, not the worst.
It's easy enough to blend in, and you have the cloak on, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. The cloak gives you a +10, so you're not doing
okay.
bad.
Okay, cool. But yeah, she will wait for someone to open that door, and she will slip in right behind them.
All right. Yeah. So technically, Alexandria, you're the only one seeing this.
Oh, well, that's scary. Oh, that's a place.
Yep. The
Where
door
did I
opens.
come in?
Down here. Hold on. So the door opens, and you are immediately going downstairs.
Oh, shit.
It is an
Okay.
access into a sewer, into what seems to be a sewage area.
Okay. The dog that came down before her,
It is a
What?
Jack Terrier.
a Jack Russell Terrier. Does he look familiar in any capacity? Like, does he look like any like one she's seen around town? Does it like in passing?
You may have seen him before in passing, but you wouldn't recognize him from another Jack Russell Terrier. He
Okay.
is wearing a lot of black, black cloak, black gloves, black vest. Oddly enough, he has a red shirt on under the black vest.
Huh. Like a little pop of color?
Yeah, pretty much.
Phew.
Bless you.
That's it. Gesundheit.
It's all the dust in the sewer. Okay, so she's just gonna begin to trail after him, keeping paces between them, making sure she's being careful where she steps.
Yep, you can draw your token on if you wish.
That would be very helpful. Give me just a moment. So I came in here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am also trying to populate the thing, but it's being slow.
It's okay. It's okay. Wait, you can just tell me if I'm about to hit somebody if that helps you.
Yeah, that'll help a bit.
Yeah, just like give me a pre-warning before I take that step if that's the case. But I'm assuming he goes this way.
Yes.
So Alexandria is just gonna watching her steps, making sure she's not stepping on anything that's on the ground.
As you're moving through, it's mostly crates, boxes, bags. It's storage.
With her nose as she's passing by, does she notice like the scent of gunpowder or anything?
Gunpowder, poisons. You would recognize some of the poisons just by smell alone, especially bitter almonds.
Okay. Yeah. So he goes. I'm assuming.
Yep.
This is like a underground tunnel, and I'm gonna pop out here. I'm assuming.
No, that is actually a access door, and it goes straight into the sewer.
Oh God, does he walk through the sewer water?
No, he doesn't. He walks through, clicks something on his lapel, and disappears.
Fuck. Can she smell him?
No. Once he disappears, his smell disappears as well. There is a lingering trace, but it's like he just walked through air.
Oh God damn it. Does she notice anything in the area around? Like anything that would suggest maybe a way for her to follow? Maybe like
Give me a notice or search check. And this is going to be a difficult DC for either one.
Okay, notice is wisdom. The other one was search, which is also wisdom. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
-1. Let's go. So we'll just notice is calling to me. That's actually not bad.
Okay, he disappears immediately. And the scent as well disappears. As you notice, though, the water level in the runnel has lowered just a bit and is starting to fill back up.
Is she able to, like... So it's lowered, and so it's almost like...
Like the water level dropped suddenly and then is filling back up.
Oh, fuck. So it's almost like he himself moved the water somehow, or disappeared into the water?
Disappeared into the water would be most accurate, yeah.
Is Alexandria able to, like, attempt to quietly, without splashing, follow to where she would guess that he...
You can try. It'll take you a bit of moving around. With your 18, you're able to see a few tracks in the floor path of the runnel. It looks like there might be hidden pits, or there might be a bridge that moves.
Alright, so she's gonna follow exactly where each of those footsteps step. Being very careful and making sure that she's not going to step on or set something off. I think her ears are moving underneath the cloak. Her nose is twitching. I'm trying to think what she has. So she is able to... Can she, like, as she's moving, attempt to, like, sense any traps around her?
Yeah.
Because it's locked security wards, traps.
Yep, absolutely. There are wards, there's security devices, but there's no traps.
Okay. God, I'm not smart enough for this, Talon. So the water disappeared. She can see where he stepped. It's almost like he somehow...
Just disappeared in thin air, yeah.
Fuck. Is she able to see where the path continues at all, or any doors or anything?
Yeah, there are doors. Okay, this place... Have you ever heard of a Nightingale room?
Kind of.
This is a similar concept. This is a group of assassins, so they're not going to be straightforward about anything.
Okay.
You can guess that he probably went across and turned one of the corners, because he didn't just go left or right. You would be able to see the wet footprints.
Okay, so I think Alexandria following that is going to follow as far as she can in his footsteps. Move up.
Stop right there. Give me a search check. Notice doesn't work for this one, unfortunately.
It's okay. They're all the same. Nope, card. Take it.
Yep, go ahead.
Card. Take it. Fuck. This is so important that she gets this right.
Do you need a card?
Yeah, sure. Throw me a card. Let's just keep throwing it at the problem. Hey, that's above a 10.
Yeah, it's
Take
above
that
a
out.
10. Yeah, you can just pull it out and drop it on the thing.
There.
Okay, so, Alexandria, what you see is meshing in with the stone, and this is why it doesn't work with a notice, because it is invisible to the naked eye because of the brick working. But as you're running your hand along the wall while you're moving around, you do feel a slight shift in one of the bricks, and you hear a minute click.
I think immediately underneath the cloak, her ears swirl forward. Does anything move when she hears that click?
Yes.
Does a doorway open up?
A platform in the runnel rises up. It comes up about level with the runnel itself so that you could walk across it like it's a bridge. And there is a actual noticeable pathway.
Okay, she's gonna take that. I don't know which direction that is.
I'm going to draw it out for you. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm not the best at this, so just bear with me.
No, you're good, you're good.
So imagine that this little thing in the center is actually surrounded by a pathway that rises up.
Alright. So just a little
Yep.
boop, 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 boop. Carefully.
It goes
trying to keep
straight
quiet.
over to it, and the thing in the center actually lifts, revealing a hidden pathway to where you can go down a trapdoor.
Yep, Alexandria's. I think what she does is she clicks the walkie-talkie on long enough that they can hear the silence, clicks it off, and she's going down. So she will follow it down wherever it leads her.
Yep. It is a very short pathway. It doesn't lead you that far. You can actually hear the water running behind you. Which explains why the water drained out. And you come up in the following it out, you come out of one of the crates on this side.
I think she's like notating this all as she just pops out. It takes everything in her not to give like the little doggy shake of just disgust that she just had to trample through the sewage. So she's gonna take just a second, her ears still swiveling. Oh, that's a big dog.
Yeah, they come out huge for some reason.
That's
So,
a big boy.
As you pop out of the crate, there is a very old wire hair terrier sitting at a desk with his back to you.
Okay, Alexandria is going to attempt to sneak slowly, unnoticed, preferably, and get around.
Go ahead and roll me another sneak roll.
God, why is my character sheet being a butt? Da-da-da-da-da. That's not loading for some reason.
Sometimes they take a minute, especially when I'm uploading stuff.
Yeah. There it is. Okay. Sneak, 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 sneak. Haha. Oh god, I rolled it through. I don't know if it rolled.
It
Sneak.
has not yet.
Okay. Oh. I rolled twice. I don't know. Well, okay. Wow. Oh, whoa.
Okay,
So that's
yeah.
a 35.
Yeah, the 35 will do it. You are quieter than a mouse as you sneak by. As you are going past and you see... actually, you realize three things. One, he is sitting in complete darkness. Where he is at. And he is writing something in a book. Two, he's blind.
Fuck. That means he can pick up on shit.
Yep. Sight does not matter to him. Which is why I needed you to roll another sneak to see how quiet you were being.
As she's passing like a little mouse with a 35, is she able to like just take the quickest glance and just let her eyes adjust? Can she see what he's writing? Or like anything? If she's just a quick little pass, she's not sticking around to find out, but...
Can you read Braille?
No, she cannot. She's just gonna keep on keeping on.
Yep. He is, with his left hand, he is transposing something in Braille. You're not sure what it is.
Seems like a language you need to learn.
Yep. Alright. She's just gonna... There's this little alcove up here.
Yeah, in this alcove, there are a few dogs. There's a few dogs, a badger, and 2 rats sitting around, eating, smoking, drinking beers, things of that nature. I haven't populated them because it's starting to bog the thing down.
Yep. Is there anything of importance? If not, she's gonna keep on keeping on.
This place doesn't seem to be really important. It more just seems to be a barracks. and a staging area.
All right. She's just gonna keep on keeping on then. She's going as quiet as a little mouse.
Yep. As you come in here, it looks like it's a makeshift infirmary. There are a couple dogs in bed being bandaged. Your 35 is still carrying you right now.
Thank you. That was a really good roll. She's just she's gonna wait until someone opens this door, because I imagine that's a door.
It's a curtain.
It's a curtain. She's gonna wait until someone opens the curtain.
Yep. Somebody does go through eventually, and you can sneak past. This is an actual barracks. That there are a few dogs sleeping in the mats, a couple rats. Stop right one step further, and give me another notice check.
Right here?
Yep.
Or right here?
Right there. Right there was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're going this way.
Okay.
Okay. 12. You hear something, but it's unintelligible.
Can she tell where she's hearing it from?
Not with a 12.
Okay. Alright, she's gonna try and mark that down mentally. She's gonna slowly creep over here.
It's exactly what you see. It's a toilet.
Cool. She's gonna wait till somebody opens this curtain.
Yep. It doesn't take long. No one actually opens it, but there is a gust of wind that flaps it open enough you could slide under it.
Yeah, I think it's like a little. She just quickly, quiet as a little mouse, just quickly drops, slides under it, gets back up, keeps on keeping on.
Yep.
Just right.
As you come to the end, it is a very thick stone door. And it is clearly locked.
Okay.
From the other side.
Okay. Is there a mechanism on this side?
No. It is meant to be opened from one side only.
Alright, I think her ears perk up. She's gonna try and zone in. Does she hear anything on the other side?
You hear chanting. Rhythmic chanting.
Okay, is it chanting she recognizes?
You would recognize the words as being dog, but you would not recognize what they're chanting.
Okay. She's gonna wait a little bit, she's not gonna stick around too long like an idiot, but she will wait a tiny bit. See if she hears anything. Or somebody comes out. Does anyone eventually come out, or?
Give me a second.
Okay. She's also gonna, just so they don't slam into her, she does back up just a few paces.
No one comes out, but the first recognizable words are heard. God of metal, hear my plea. Return to the earth and wipe out the unclean.
I found a cult! Oh, God.
I mean, we kind of knew they were a cult, but that is big cult stuff.
Yeah. God.
Interesting.
What would she know of the god of metal?
Give me. Oh God, this is.
I'm proficient
we're
in
going,
history.
Yeah, give me a no history check.
That is actually, I think, that's a 16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah.
Okay, so. Oh, this is an odd one because the god of metal isn't mentioned anywhere in books or anything like that, but it does pop up every now and again, especially when people talk about kappa-tappas and some of the unseen. They say there must be a god of the metal that rules over these metal creatures.
Okay, right.
So it's more of a word of mouth only boogeyman. There is no actual historical information about it. but it's a rumor that passes quite a lot.
Okay. So I think at that, Alexandria is like quietly notating really this is like the most she's going to get out of this. She either can sit here like an idiot for hours and get caught eventually, or she can be smart, get back up to the surface, let them know what we found is essentially a barracks, a holding grounds, and a cult. And perhaps we should notate that on our list of places. We know what it is. She will give it 15 more minutes of standing in complete silence like a little mouse.
Okay.
Like
At
pacing her breathing.
At the end of 10 minutes, there is a click and the door slides open.
What does she see?
Exactly what you see in there. There is a channel filled with blood and bits of rusty metal, around which this metallic eye is placed broken pieces of kappa-tappas, old world machines, things that don't look like they go together in any reasonable fashion. Like, there's a blender with candles in it, and there's a kappa-tappa head with a bowl of blood, things of that nature. There's even just sitting in the center a bowl of very old computer chips.
Okay.
And there are a few dogs, cats, rats, and badgers in black hooded robes with what looks to be masquerade masks on.
God. I think Alexandria, because how long does the door stay open? Just a second?
It stays open for a minute as now you can hear them more clearly because the stone is not blocking your path. They are basically having the little chit chat after the meeting before they leave.
Okay. What are they saying?
Most of it's just general platitudes and things of that nature. They're not really saying anything important that you can tell. Go ahead and roll me a notice check.
Okay. 14?
You do hear one thing. The rising of the blasted moon.
Does that ring any bells for her?
Yep. There is a legend from the history of the fall of man that they did something to the moon a long time ago.
Okay.
And when the moon turns all the way around, you can see the part where they have blasted it.
Oh shit. Okay. Is there a chest up here? Is that what
There
that
is indeed.
God, she's too far away. Are there any wards she can sense or traps or anything?
You can sense a few traps in here.
Is the door trapped?
The door is not trapped. The door is on a mechanism, though. You can, since it's open, you can actually see the run of the mechanism. There is a pressure plate that activates it. Basically, it's open until it's closed again.
Okay. Does she think if she gets in here, she's going to be able to get back out?
Yeah. But
Okay.
if you get locked out on the other side, you're not getting in unless you know the secret of opening it from that side.
Very careful. She's just going to keep using that nice 35 and just be a little sneaky mouse. Boop.
Okay, I will need you to roll me another sneak check as you're in here, because there are more creatures with better hearing than you.
Okay. 17? That would be a 27 with my plus 10 because of my cloak.
That counts for visual. 17 is good enough, though. You are still squeaking by. You might have stepped on a loose stone, but nobody really seems to notice, or if they did, it was just loud enough with the background noise that they ignored it.
Alright, so what does she see here?
There is, sitting on a dais, this here, surrounded by two guards, is a glowing computer screen with a running scrawl of letters and numbers.
Has Alexandria even seen a computer before?
You have not.
So I think underneath the cloak, I like to imagine as she's walking and she's moving, she is being so careful. All the training that Rex put her through is like running through her mind. She is counting her breaths so carefully. They're so soft. She's making sure that she can't be heard. She's doing her best to make sure that her scent kind of blends in with the ones around her. But her ears swivel forward underneath the cloak. Her eyes kind of trying to take in everything. She's processing stuff, trying to stash away the knowledge of this place. What does she do? Any of the numbers, anything on there make any sense to her? Or
It means absolutely nothing to you.
all right.
It might to Echo or Brianna, but it doesn't mean anything to you.
Okay.
As you're sitting here watching this, from farther back in the room, another cultist comes up wearing his black robe, and he touches something around the computer. You're not sure, and a glowing light emits from it. And standing in front of him, with a metallic face, standing at about 6'3", is a depiction of man with a metallic face.
Fuck. I think it takes everything in that moment for her to hold her breath back.
The cultist is speaking to this depiction.
What is he saying?
So, we've done everything you've asked for, we've brought you the parts, and you still say they're not good enough. What is it going to take for us to raise the metal god? You do not understand. There is no metal god. What we are trying to resurrect is the worldwide weapons system. We are trying to reactivate the nanos. I don't care about your magic. I just want to cleanse the world. And we will. But we must activate the final barriers.
As this is happening, I think Alexandria, she's going to be smart about it. She's going to use the cover of that and their voices. She's going to start looping.
Yep.
She's like listening. She's marking everything down in her mind, but she's like, this is my only chance to get in here. Is there anything in any of these rooms as she's moving by? Just quickly with a quick
there's
glance.
loot. Stuff to loot if you wanted to be sticky fingered, but probably with this getting here, it's not a good idea.
Oh no, Alexander. Here's the thing: is Alexandria would love to steal it. She knows better. She's like, if I do, I'm essentially giving my tail over.
Oh, absolutely. As you get back around and start leaving, you notice, and this is just your passive. I'll pick it up. The man with the metal face, his eyes turn towards you for a brief second before turning back to the cultist.
He doesn't give me away?
Nope.
Interesting.
I think Alexandria is just gonna take that, just go silently thanking man, whatever the fuck that man is, and just just get right out of plain sight. Are these guys gone?
Yeah, they have filed out.
What, can she smell anything on this chest?
Blood. And metal, rust.
Not opening that. She's like, okay, you know what? Would it make too much noise for her to try?
No, it's not even locked. You could pop it open.
All right, if no one's looking, and she's gonna go so slow to make sure it doesn't even squeak. Hoping the voices will cover, she's going to slowly open it up and quickly jump back.
You open it up. There are a lot of old computer chips, bloody rags. It looks like it's where they store the stuff that they've been using for the ritual.
Okay, gonna slowly close it. Go quickly, not stepping on anything. I just don't have anywhere else to put my token.
Yep,
Checking
you're
the
fine.
rooms.
The rooms look like they might be for prisoners, people that are for sacrifices, things of that nature.
All right, Alexandria's just gonna. She's got it all noted. She's like, I've been through. Well, actually, she wouldn't know about this. She wouldn't,
Nope.
unless she can see that. But
You
I don't-
cannot see that from here. There's another way to get in there.
Yeah.
That is literally just a wine cellar for another building.
Okay, cool. So yeah, she's gonna wait for somebody to open the door, sneak out behind.
But the door's open.
The door's
It
open.
doesn't.
It
It doesn't
didn't
close
take
once
her
it's
that
open.
long.
Yeah.
Okay, she's just gonna, quick as a quiet little mouse, just start working her way back through until she's out. You can tell me if I need to roll another stealth, but she's just a
No,
little.
you're fine. You're able to get out and retrace your steps.
All right. The second she's out, she's like looking for Rosabella and Echo because both of them stand out in a crowd. She is like looking.
While this was happening, before she comes back out, we're going to flash back. Rosabella, I need you to give me a will save. A wisdom
what?
save.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'll get there. Ooh, here's to hoping it'll be good.
It's going great.
Oh, nice. You are fine. In fact, with your dirty 20, you didn't even notice anything going on. You just ignored it.
Hell yeah.
I want to know what happened. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
So you spend the time basically just waiting with bated breath until Alexandria pops back up out of the room. You are free to open the door. Nobody's going to notice on your way out because there's nobody there.
Okay, that's what Alexandria is gonna do then. And then she's just, the second she's out, she's finding Rosabella. Because I imagine Rosabella, this white, big dog, a Pyrenees. She's going to stand out in Houndton.
Yep, she is easy enough to spot.
Yeah, Alexandria
Listen.
just still weaving in and out of the crowd with her cloak on, her heart racing. She reaches out, puts a paw on Rosabella's arm, and just, don't say a word. Keep moving. We're going to grab Echo. We need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm sorry for the language, but we need to go.
Rosabella doesn't hesitate. She just starts moving.
Yeah. We're going to gather up Echo. Alexandria's also going to put a paw on him, and she's just going to get them moved out, and she's not stopping until they get back to their hotel room. The second they're in there, she locks the door behind her, slides like the hood of her cloak off, and just... Right, so we knew that there was quite a few things up at the Black Paw. I was not aware, however, they were worshipping the god of metal. I'm not sure if you know exactly what that is. But...
So, even Echo and Rosabella, you do know of the rumors, and it's essentially just a boogeyman. There's never been any study actually done about the god of metal.
So they're worshipping a being that, to our knowledge at the current moment, does not exist.
Right, but actually I may have gotten proof that he does. So, I went through these winding tunnels. There's actually a passage down in... most of it was oddities. There was a blind dog, an infirmary, mostly barracks. But if you go all the way back, there's another room that does not open unless you step on a pressure plate on the inside. Once you are inside, there's this massive collection of blood, and she's gonna like go through quickly just blood and different items of man, the different, these chips, almost like they're these round, well, square items, and then there's other things that you would imagine the unseen to have some ties with. By any means, you go past that, there's this glowing box with these weird strings of what appear to be perhaps letters or numbers, not in dog. And so I waited for a moment, and this being appeared, this shimmering man. He looked like the depictions that we've seen, the drawings, the art that we have that still exists, but his face was covered by this metal mask. And it appears that the Black Paw is, for some reason, attempting to work with him to destroy the world and wipe it of any uncleanliness that they deem. And he mentioned something about nanites, I believe. And essentially, they have been, what the items of man that they have been gathering contain these nanites. And they are attempting to gather enough for him to activate the worldwide weapons system, I believe he called it. Something to do with magic. I've never been good with it. By any means. It was this whole thing, Rosabella.
Rosabella, this entire time, had been standing while she was listening, like kind of with her arms crossed. But as Alexandria had continued to go on, and more of these wild explanations just kept coming out, she slowly just began sitting down, and her eyes are just blown wide, and her mouth is kind of agape as she's just like, it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And she just,
yeah, continue.
She just looks at Alexandria and just, that's a lot.
It is a lot, and I have more. Whatever
there's
that.
more.
Yes, there always is. I never get to give you a simple fact. On top of that, whatever he was in this shimmering form, and I don't even know if he's truly man or if he's one of the unseen, by any means, when this form was shimmering, he spotted me. But it was like he was... Spotted me, exactly. But he didn't mention it. But his eyes followed me before returning to the conversation. Rosabella, not a single other dog even smelled me. The rats, the badgers that were down there, nothing. He was able to see through my cloak. And I know it was no fault of my own. Whatever he is can see through the works.
That's not good at all.
It's not good in the slightest. And considering that at least this branch of the paw, and I assume the entirety of the paw, is working with him to essentially cleanse the world, and I'm assuming some dramatic thing of destroying all dogs, it gets even worse.
Of course it does.
Exactly. Now, if we consider the implications of that, your sister found nothing like that on her journey down into her... I shouldn't say her, really. The base that she explored, correct?
Correct.
So it makes me wonder why here in Houndton that they are pursuing such endeavors. What is special about Houndton, Rosabella?
It does bring up a lot of questions.
Exactly.
I hear.
So, as you're saying that, the three of you in the room are surprised as a shimmer builds in the air.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think instinctually Alexandria just reaches for like her hidden dagger.
There is...
Rosabella gets the ready too.
Yeah, instead of the kind of harsh blue-white light you saw earlier, this is more of a muted yellow, kind of a greenish light, and it is building, and there's a silver tinge to it, as a small dog, and when I say dog, I don't mean like Alexandria, Rosabella, and Echo. I mean, like, on all
An
fours.
unraised?
Yeah, an unraised dog appears. There's a lot more to it than that going on here, unfortunately. We are systems from before the fall. And there is. Well, Houndton, as you call it, was built on. I guess you would call it a massive grave and dungeon.
Right. I mean, no offense. So you are connected to the man that I saw?
No.
Alexander kind of tips her head ever so slightly to the side. You are separate.
We are the unseen.
Sorry.
You're good.
But I think she just instantaneously, because we have always been told the unseen are bad. Bad.
There's good and bad to the unseen.
Okay. So I think she tightens her grip on her dagger that she's now pulled out from where she hides it in her sleeve.
She points to Echo. When he casts magic, you see the little silver sparks in the air?
That we do.
That is us.
And what exactly do you want?
I don't want anything, but you, the three of you, have called me.
We called you.
Yes.
How exactly did we do that?
There's a pause as it says, you said the code words.
The god of metal.
No,
Which code words?
I am not at liberty to say.
Me listening back to the recording later.
You're not sure if it's something you said or something you were talking about that called it.
Right. So if you're not connected to the man with the metal face, why are you here? I mean, you mentioned the grave, but outside of that.
I am processing my duty of answering questions. I am part of an information network.
What all do you know? Do you only know things from before the fall?
I know some things of after.
Do you know the Black Paw?
I am aware of them.
Do you know anything specific?
Negative.
Do you know what the metal man, that glowing box that he came out of?
That is the Oberon World Missile Defense System.
What exactly is a defense system?
There was a time when man fought man and built bigger and bigger spears to throw at each other.
Would we know of that?
It's part of the lessons in history. I mean, missile silos and things of that nature have been unearthed, so they are known. Also, it is being it is dumbing down all of its answers to you. Probably
It's appreciated.
intentionally, yeah.
We are aware that man had their issues amongst themselves. But why does he wish to aid the Dark Paw? Why does he want to reactivate it?
It is him.
So he's unseen like you, just an. She kind of waves a paw. An echo of magic.
There's the confused dog tilt, and it says, perhaps?
What can you tell me about his systems?
They were initially separate. Each country had their own. But when the unseen, again, it's dumbing it down for the dogs.
I think Alexander holds up a paw at countries. There's more places than here.
There were many at one time. After the fall, they were destroyed.
And she'll just motion for them to continue.
Well, once the man figured out how to make the unseen, they spread it about the air, and it made all systems part of one system. But they were still separate in their own ways.
I think Alexandria takes a second to look over towards Rosabella and Echo. So man made the unseen.
Yes. You would not understand this, but some of your historians might know of the internet.
Alexandria, can I roll a no history to see if she's read
Yes.
anything about it? Does Alexandria know what Twitter is?
So, unfortunately for most dogs, most artisan historians would know of the internet as basically a worldwide communication network. They would essentially equate it as like a message chain or something of that. They don't know specifically what it is.
Mm-hmm. So I think one of her ears kind of turns a little bit, the other perks up a bit more, and I think she just... You mean the communication thing that man used?
It could do more than that, but yes. That connected the entire world.
The world that mostly has been destroyed during the bouts between man.
Yes.
Interesting. So he wishes to reactivate it to cleanse the world?
Yes.
But why?
MAD.
MAD.
Mutually Assured Destruction. Its last protocol for when man has gone extinct is to destroy the world.
Why would man want to do that?
I don't think all of man wanted it. I think it stops for a second. It's possessed.
I think at that, Alexandria kind of nods just a little bit and just... So like some of the dogs when they lose control of themselves.
Yes.
Is it in pain?
We do not feel pain.
Think in the... Not the physical sense if you can't feel it, but the monotonous sense, I suppose. Being unable to do what it thinks it should do.
The closest explanation would be it has gone insane.
So it's like a dog that'd be better put out of its misery.
Yes.
How have you not lost your mind? All of you?
Well, the ones like us actually spend our time around the dogs and we help you. When the artisans cast their magic, we are there helping them.
I think Alexandria at that kind of looks towards Echo and nods. And the others are the ones that we as pups are told stories of, and cause issues for us.
Yes. Except
What?
for the one you call the foaming demon.
Okay, what do I know about the foaming demon?
Basically, a dog gets sick and then they foam at the mouth, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, yep. I think that Alexandria's ears turn back just a little bit. She's heard enough stories about that and just, right. Out of curiosity, how long will you stay around for after you've been called?
Until I am out of power or dismissed.
How long do you believe you have?
I have not taken this form for centuries.
Can you be given more power?
Not with the technology you have.
Hmm. Could you, if I were to put you on and she holds it up, the communication device of man, if I were to allow you to speak through it, would you be willing to speak to someone for me?
My voice will not transfer.
Hmm.
I am not speaking through sound.
Then what are you speaking through?
It stops moving its mouth and says, I am speaking directly inside of your mind.
Right,
Rosabella has been sitting here with her eyes wide, like she was prepared to fight, but at this point she's just kind of sitting back down again, and is just like wide-eyed listening to this creature just speaking to her.
Yeah.
Technically, scientifically, it is more that one of us is vibrating the bone in your cochlear, in the cochlear bone of your ear, which is causing sound, but I don't think that would be understood, so telepathically would be the better explanation.
Let's stick with that explanation. I'm no doctor. What is your name? Or all of your names? In the shortened form?
Nano.
Like the nanites that he was mentioning.
Yes, we are all nanites. This form you see, this glowing form, is actually trillions upon trillions of tiny little beings.
I think Alexandria, as it's speaking, crouches and holds out one of her paws.
It holds out a paw, and when the paw touches your paw, instead of feeling like a solid object, it's like holding a handful of sand.
I think she thoughtlessly runs a paw over the back of its paw.
It actually grooves out where you run your paw, your thumb.
She kind of nods a bit and just levels her gaze with it and just, well, Nano, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Alexandria Pomeranian, one of the heirs to the Pomeranian family. That right over there is Rosabella Pomeranian, another heir, and that is Echo.
It nods, and I am aware of any who uses magic.
So then you already know that I do not need to make any other introductions.
Not in that sense. If you see someone using magic, we are there.
So in a way, a bit of man is always beside us, or at least those who can wield the magic.
And inside of you.
Alexandria just, her little ear kind of tips to the side with her head.
You breathe us in, you live, we swim through your blood, we see through your eyes, we are everywhere in the air.
Both comforting and absolutely horrifying.
Agreed.
She kind of releases its paw, hesitates, reaches out, runs a hand over the top of its head, and then stands. Nana, if you are aware of this, what can we do to stop the Black Paw and the endeavors that they are currently following? How do we shut down the system that has gone mad?
You must destroy or repair.
What happens if we repair it? It destroys the world.
No. If you repair it, it works properly and continues protecting.
And if we destroy it, we lose that protection.
If you destroy it, you will lose magic.
I think
How
Alexandria
can we
nods.
repair something we don't know anything about?
There will be help along the way.
From you, from nanites like you.
Something like that. There is a guidance program.
Where?
Nox.
Nox. What would we know it as?
You have already been visited by Nox. I can see the signs in your DNA.
Alexandria turns her head to the side.
Rosabella cocks her head to the side as well.
Alexandria, it's in complete, they're synchronized perfectly.
Listen, I did it too. I cocked my head to the side.
Wait, what side did you cock to? I went to the left.
I did too! They're just synchronized. We're all synchronized all tonight.
Yeah. What is Nano's answer to that? Just a synchronized head cock?
It actually cocks its head with you with the little confused, like, why are you confused?
First off, what exactly is DNA? Second off, we have never met anyone by the name of Nox.
DNA would be too complicated to explain. But have you had any prophetic dreams recently?
Oh god, I think immediately Alexandria pulls in a breath. Perhaps there was this one where I was before this door repeatedly. And she's going through, she's trying so hard to pull in what exactly it looked like. And she kind of reaches out with a palm, was thoughtlessly tracing it through the air.
As you're doing this, Nano actually takes the form of a blast door sitting in a mountainside.
I think immediately Alexandria, yes, there was a keyhole with this slit and then these massive red numbers upon it.
Yes, that would be the Doomsday Clock at Cheyenne Mountain.
Cheyenne Mountain.
The very last completely intact working military base of man.
By Ellendonk Village up in the mountains past that?
No, this would be at least a year's travel by your means to the south of here? North of here? I'm not sure. The magnetic compass has not been working right since the fall.
Right. Is there a way to repair you?
We are not damaged. We are working as intended.
If you... Would we go past the cats to... And she kind of closes her eyes and tries to position herself that way.
You kind of visualize the route and the map and the mountains, and it would be past the mountains past the wastes, deep into another set of mountains.
Hmm.
It basically, like, if you're picturing a map of the U.S., considering that Pugmire is in New York City and the monarchies of Mao is in New Jersey, it wants you to go to Colorado and
Oh my
basically
God.
Montana.
What would we encounter when we arrived there?
I don't know.
Do you know what's out in the wastes? Where no dog walks?
I don't know. We keep to where life is.
Have you been up in Ellendonk?
I have been. There are magic users up there.
This is fully selfish. Can you confirm something for me, perhaps?
It depends.
I think Alexandria, just if I picture something, you will see it, right?
I do not get the full image, but I can get a rough estimate of it.
There's a dog we're looking for. And I think it makes her heart begin to race, her mind going back to the visions of her siblings that she had been sent by apparently Nox, her going through memories. This black Pomeranian. And she just, my father. Have you seen him?
Yes.
What do you know of him, where he's located?
You already know.
It's nice to have a confirmation of it. Is he connected at all with the Black Paul's operations with this?
It would be simpler to say it's all connected.
Hmm. Nano,
Yes.
until you lose power, can we count on your help?
I will help as much as I can. My programming restricts me from saying and doing certain things.
Of course, I mean more so in the information department. As much as you can share.
If you call for me, I will answer if I am able.
But how exactly do I call for you? I'm not exactly a magic user like my sister.
Just call my name.
Nano,
Yes.
we appreciate it truly. For now, I'm hesitant to say you may rest, for I fear it may send you off, but conserve your energy, please.
The dog nods, and as it's fading out, you just hear, "We are always here."
And I think before it's fully gone, you are a very good dog, Nano.
That there is a ever so light yip as it fades out completely.
Oh no, now I'm attached.
I was wondering if that would happen.
I kind of knew it was going to happen.
Alexandria also got kind of attached. It's very rare for it to happen. It didn't happen with a horse, but you know what? A weird holographic dog, that's fine.
Not a hologram. It's actually just a trillion nanobots.
Yeah, but to her, it's like, oh, this is like something physical I can touch. She does like her horse. She just won't admit it. But I think she just slowly turns to Rosabella, pulls in a deep breath, and just, that's enough oddity for the night. We're leaving. This evening.
Agreed.
Right. Echo. When we return, if you are able, can you look into your magic and the nanites that surround it? Find whatever you can.
Yeah.
It is appreciated. I am going to go let the groomsmen know. We will be leaving the mares here. But I'd prefer not to leave them behind unless necessary. I will have to leave one to keep an eye on things, but I will handle it. Rosabella?
Yes?
Do you have anything left to handle here? And you as well, Echo? What? What'd you say, Jess?
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, you'd asked for Rosabella to like handle, so she
No.
got it. No?
No.
Do you have anything left to handle?
Yeah, do you have anything left to
yeah,
handle?
Okay. No. She's got it all under control.
Alright, and I think Alexandria just nods, takes a second to dust herself off, shakes off the weirdness. She'll deal with that later. And just meet me in 3 hours' time near the edge of town. And with that, she'll step out and begin heading towards the groomsmen, where they left the carriage and everything.
Rosabella probably will also head that way after getting everything taken care of at the hotel. So she can make sure everything's set up right, like that they have everything that they need.
Yep. Your wares have been taken care of. You're actually coming back with a little bit of wares and a lot of money. Most of the stuff has been sold or transferred.
Nice.
I gotta fucking get my horse. God damn it. Her name. It's left me. We didn't play for 2 weeks.
Hot Hoof.
Thank you. I kept wanting to say Hot Shot, and I'm like, that's a seasoning. That's not my horse's name. So Alexandria would not say it, but she is going to stop by that stable just real fast. She's not gonna admit it. She's not. She will stop by. Check on Hot Hoof. Just check in.
As soon as you show up, she's going to give you like a big neck hug.
Oh my god. Alexandria gives her like the most awkward pat on the neck. Like, it's so awkward. And she just, I'm going to be leaving you for a few months' time.
She nods.
Continue to be on your best behavior.
There's actually an eye roll to that. Like, when am I not on a good behavior?
Literally days ago, you let yourself out of the stall and got into the green room.
Oh, there's like a sheepish shrug to that.
Be on your best behavior. Follow what is told of you, what is asked of you. And do me a favor. Is anyone around currently?
Not really.
Alexandria steps into her stall, pulls out her journal, flips to a clean page, and traces the symbol of the black paw. And holds it up to her.
She eyes it intently, like she's
Now
memorizing the symbol.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you remember how we've talked about secrets?
She nods.
What do you do with a secret? And she holds up one paw. Do you tell it, or do you keep it completely till your deathbed? Unless it's to me. You tell me, obviously.
She was going to, like... She was going to tap for, like, 1 or 2, and then she stops and just puts her forehead to your forehead.
That's not an answer.
It is an answer.
Alexandria's like just thoughtlessly like giving her like an awkward scratch like right under her mane. I'll take that as you know not to tell anyone but me. This symbol stands for someone very dangerous, a group of individuals.
She kicks the backboards when you say that.
Yes, so there's someone who wants to not only hurt myself, but the entire family. If anyone shows up wearing this symbol, I need you to get out, and I need you to run. At least if they come towards you, not if they just show up in the building. If they just show up in the building, do not draw attention to yourself. Act like a normal, dumb horse. Not to say that normal horses are dumb, but you know what I mean. Just a normal horse.
There's kind of a laugh at that, as you think she might think other horses are dumb.
Alexander kind of nods and just, I thought it might be offensive. Right, but if they come for you, if you need to, you have my full permission to trample them. But preferably, go for the running option. Kick into whatever horse instincts in your heart are there and run. And get back to Pugmire. Or get to the groomsman that I will be leaving here to take care of you. And take him with you and go back to Pugmire. Do I make myself clear?
She nods.
Alexander will give her one scratch on the neck and then just the most awkward, like, little hand raises up to kind of rest on her forehead. You are a very good dog, Hot Hoof.
There's a bit of a side eye, but she just kind of gives you another nudge to the forehead.
It's a compliment. You should be aiming to be a good dog at all times. You're a good horse. All right?
Yep.
Is that what you want from me?
There is a smug nod.
She shakes her head and just, you have your orders. Be good. And with that, she'll step out of the stall, close the stall behind her, head towards the groomsman. If she does pass the trainer that we've spoken with in the past, she will just quickly just pull out some plastics, drop him in his paw, and she's going to get into the green room again. I know she will.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right. Make sure she doesn't put on too much weight.
We'll make sure to actually put her through her paces and get her toned up. And of course, I mean, she's going to be gaining weight anyway, being pregnant and all.
She will, but I mean more before she is. Just make sure she doesn't bloat herself. I'm unsure, but I do believe horses can die from that.
Yeah, I would hate for her to get colic.
Alexander just like slowly tips her head to the side, just shakes her head, and just, we'll discuss that later. If she does anything, any destruction, I don't believe she will. We had a conversation, she's sworn not to. You know where to reach my employer, and he will pay for whatever damages are caused.
Yes, I will get a hold of you, and as soon as she is confirmed pregnant, we will send you the letters, and everything will be taken care of.
Right, thank you again, and with that, heading out. And she'll meet up with the groomsmen. I imagine it's just a quick little pass off if she's just...
Yep.
Whichever one of you want to stay. One of you needs to. Stay with Hot Hoof, keep her out of trouble. These people are trustworthy members of our...
Yeah, they've been with you for years.
Yeah, so I think she just... Right, and I'm sure you're aware of somewhat of the situation the family is currently in. I gave Hot Hoof an exact order. If she comes to get you for any means, do make sure she's not doing it just because she wants to come home, but I gave her an order to come fetch you if need be and return to Pugmire.
Understood.
Thank you, both of you. The other one of you will be returning home with me, returning to your duties as normal.
Well, we've already got it. So he actually hands you basically a rotation schedule, and like, to make it easier, we've decided we'll come back on rotations. So
that works perfectly. Just make sure there's never a gap where one of you is out of here before the other arrives. That's all I ask.
yeah, we've got that taken care of.
Right,
This is not our first time doing this.
I know, but it's my first time. Also, I imagine Grandfather has handled any training or anything of the like you need in terms of defense, at least to some extent. Then I will leave you to it. And she'll step off and we leave in 3 hours' time. The others should, and she looks up, actually closer to nearly 2 hours and 15 minutes at this point, I would guess. If I have to be exact, I'm not quite sure. Make sure you're ready, handle whatever you need to handle, and have the carriage ready to go.
Yep. They both kind of salute as you walk off, and um, yeah, you can get your stuff ready. You arrive to the carriage, prepped and ready to go, and one of the groomsmen is there eating a sausage in a bun.
I like to imagine Alexandria did not get her own stuff. That was Rosabella.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Roosevelt got everything.
Yeah.
She's good dog.
She's a very good dog. But Alexandria just, I imagine at this point, like, she has the book back. I imagine that giant fucking book. I like to imagine she's just passed it off to Rosabella.
Yep.
She's just got her little bag on. She takes a second, adjusts it, and just, are you ready to go home then?
Yeah, I'm ready to go home.
And she'll kind of reach over and put a paw on Rosabella's arm. And then do the same for Echo when he approaches, and just, we have a job ahead of us. We will pull through. And she kind of looks around, though she doesn't call for her. It looks like we have a new friend. And with that, she'll begin her way to the carriage, wait for the groomsmen to open it up, help her up in, and get settled.
Yep. And you'll take off and begin the trek back. And, yeah, you can call whoever on the walkie-talkies as you're leaving, or we can call it there.
Alexandria will call Yosha.
She'll pick up and...
Are you currently within your room?
I'm actually in the basement of the library currently.
Can you call me back in about an hour's time once you are within your room?
Trust, it's safe here.
Right, and she'll just start filling her in and just... So I snuck into a Black Paul's estate, allegedly. What do you know about the god of metal?
Ah, so Oberon's back, huh?
Her ears kind of like move forward even though Yosha can't see it, and she just... He has a name. You mean the program, the... I actually believe that's the one that Nano used.
Did you call?
Alexander, you're just... I'm so sorry, Nano. I was just referring to you. You're...
Yeah, Yosha just... Let's just say I figured some things out, and there's some things I figured were better left untold.
Right, the reason that I'm mentioning any of this to you is I need you to do me a favor. And I am asking this as a friend, not as another noble. I'm speaking only to Yosha currently. You have more experience than I do when it comes to venturing out.
You want to know about the wastes?
Anything you can give me, any resources that perhaps can be placed at a certain store for me to pick up, or even better, in our library, which is odd how they would end up there.
This might be a little more involved than you think it will. I will let you know what I can tell you. It would be better, even other people can break into these communications, so we will all get together personally, and I will tell you everything I know.
Alexandria kind of nods, and then just, right. Yosha, will you join me for tea?
Yes.
Let us say we will be back in 2 weeks. 3 weeks, from now. After the sun's first rays hit the earth.
Yes, I can make that. I will be at your house bright and early.
Thank you, Yosha. Also, check in with Brianna for me. Let her know. I imagine you're talking to her daily. I don't need to make a call currently.
I will let her know. And Yes, I am in communication with her daily.
Exactly. Thank you, Yosha. It is appreciated. And with that, she hesitates for just a moment and then just. Why not bring the other teachers along when you come?
I will bring my old crew.
Thank you. And with that, she'll hang up.
Oh boy. This is big.
It's very big. With Nano still sitting there, Alexandria will reach over and just pet her head just a little and just. You may rest again. I will not refer to you by name in casual conversation going forward.
Thank you. That is the command word, by the way. And she fades out.
You couldn't tell me that before! And she's like completely gone. With that, Alexandria will sag back in the seat, let out a little sigh, turn her attention out to the road passing by, and enjoy the next 2 weeks of travel before she gets to sleep in another nice bed.
Yep. When we come back next time, you will be back in Pugmire.
Hell yeah.
I mean, my carriage is still behind. You could just take mine, because I didn't take that with me.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. Probably, I guess. It's fine. Alexandria didn't think of it. She had them prepare her carriage. It just... She's gonna suffer for 2 weeks. She can't make them go back. They've already left.
Oh, you wouldn't say we would have parked our carriages together?
They did park the carriages together. They're in the same spot.
Did they? Okay, which carriage did they prepare, Talon? They know Alexandria.
Considering that you're not bringing merchandise back and that technically the crew that Brianna left is no longer needed, you could have taken Brianna's carriage home.
We took the nice carriage.
God, please, can they please take a nice carriage?
Yeah, I mean, Rosemary and Oscar would be coming back with you, right? But, like...
Yeah.
It's a very awkward couple weeks.
It really is.
Roosevelt's gonna see a freaking cushioned area and just be like, oh God, what have I been missing?
I like to think you find all the refreshments I have stored away, right? Like...
Alexander, we are upgrading our personal travel from here on out. We are purchasing a carriage.
like you're just like kind of peeking around. Like, God, what else did she pay for?
Yeah.
Wait, better question. What didn't she pay for?
Yep. Oh yeah, no, Brianna paid for the deluxe package. The carriage has AC and heating.
Oh! Fantastic.
Oh, fuck, we should have called Lily.
We could get a hold of her next time.
Yeah, we can beginning of next session. We should have informed her.
You know, Rosabella herself is currently just in shock a little bit of everything that's
Is it too late to just call Lily real quick?
No, you could call her.
Okay, we're gonna just really quickly call Lily.
Yep. You call in, and I mean, she answers, but you hear just ink, pen scratching on paper.
Lily, are you busy currently?
Just doing the paperwork. It's a new month, new paperwork.
Right. We have gotten confirmation of certain things. I need you to do me a favor. I'm sure you're already beginning to. We will not return for 2 weeks. I need you to please begin to look more so into Ellendonk Village. I would love to take a vacation out there. Even if it is a bit more backwater than I prefer.
Let's just say I already have some lovely cold weather camping gear set up for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that truly. Also, could you perhaps if you have a moment, check in on the main house for me.
I have been checking in every 2 days. The staff is fine, although they do miss you considerably, and
Alexandria just scoffs just a tiny bit at that.
your brother and Makoto have returned.
Did they enjoy their honeymoon?
They did, actually. You
Did
should
they do
see.
anything
You should
interesting?
see the things they've brought home from visiting your, I guess, his in-laws.
Right. Did they return home by themselves?
They did.
Thank you, Lily. I appreciate the update. Is there anything we need to know before we return home?
Your brother has a curved sword, and he has been trying to use it.
How much has he ruined his fur again?
Not
Has
at all.
he removed his tail?
No, but you might have to replace some of the furniture.
How much of the Lily, the furniture is older than us.
Yeah,
How much of that was imported?
So apparently, they test the blades by wrapping up a carpet made of grass and cutting it, and we don't have bamboo, so...
Lily, I need you to do me a favor.
Yes.
You can't access the family gloves, can you?
I can, actually.
Right. I need you to go to Kane.
You
And I
want me
need
to
you
duel Kane?
Or throw one down for me because I am going to destroy him when I get home. Again, that furniture is older than us. It costs more plastics than I ever want to think about replacing. Not only that, but it has gone through generations of the Pomeranian family. Why is he using it for sword practice?
Alexandria, you do remember how the gloves work, right?
I would like to think that Lily can hear Rosabella just cackling.
Yeah.
I know how they work, but
Well, I guess
Dueling yourself
I will see you tomorrow then.
without throwing the gloves down.
Am I just going to reappear here after I fight him?
No, they don't send you back.
Rosabella!
Just fight him when you get there. Give him one good sucker punch. Don't let him see you coming.
I think Alexandria just looks at her and makes the worst fist that's ever been seen.
Rosabella just raises her eyebrow and just...
It's like the thumb is like on the inside.
How about in this time, I'll teach you how to punch. That way, when you see Kane, you can punch him. How about that? I think that sounds better. Don't you, Lily?
Yes.
He will be replacing from his own funds every piece of furniture that he has destroyed, as well as writing, I'm not quite sure yet, but something as to why we do not destroy the furniture in the family house.
Yes.
Why couldn't he write something?
I don't know.
I'm going to kill him. I never thought I would. I was overjoyed to have him back.
Rosabella's just patting Alexandria's shoulder and just, is there anything else you need to tell Lily?
I don't believe so. Lily, is there anything else we need to know?
Not really. There are a few things your sister wants to fill you in on, but she said she wants to do that in person.
Right. Actually, let Kane know that we were successful in our endeavors in Houndton. And upon venturing through the stables, we found some very interesting things, and I would love to tell him all about my ventures, as well as you, actually. Let us say 3 weeks from now.
Sounds about right. I will be ready for anything.
Thank you, Lily. And with that, she'll hang up, and that's where we can end it.
Yep. We will call it there for the night then.
Gordon, I crave violence.
I crave violence.
There will be violence soon.
Mother.
Oh no,
Mother,
there's
I
gonna
crave
be
violence.
there's gonna be violence. There's gonna be violence. Alexander is like mentally going through that some of that furniture has to cost more plastics.
Oh yeah, no.
Then they
Some of
bring
that
in
is
and, like,
got some of the rugs he destroyed were considered legacy heirlooms.
So I would like it to be known that in canon, Rosabella, throughout this time, that they
Has
are
just been
sitting
laughing
to-
her ass off.
Is laughing, but is teaching Alexandria how to throw one good punch, just one good punch.
Here's the thing. I only need
So if
one more
anything-
point, and then my strength stat will be 12. It will actually hurt when she hits somebody. It's not gonna hurt right now. She's not gonna.
I think it's really funny because I told Talon that I think Makoto would have told Brianna. So he would have gotten the gentle scolding first, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then as soon as you get back, it's we're gonna move to the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yep.
Instead of what the fuck did you
I
think you were doing? It's, what the fuck?
Oh, I will tell you. Yeah, we were talking about this. Not from Brianna. Fiona gave Kane a black eye.
Yes.
He's gonna have them to match now.
Yeah.
He's just like slowly going through the
Please.
spectrum of his female siblings, right?
Yep.
It started really gentle, it went up, and then it's really about to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we please start next session with Alexandria just throwing herself out of the carriage to go punch him in the face?
Yes.
I like to
absolutely.
think it's more like you grab him, right? And you've been like, and then you like suplex him.
I really like to imagine she's gonna like. I like to. Here's the thing: is I feel like Kate would be impressed, and two sisters on top of him pummeling him.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and have a good night.